256 V8 supercar race starts, 3 championships and 3 Bathurst victories. Jamie Whincup hasn't been outside the top 2 in the championship since 2007. For a young man yet to turn 30, this is a remarkable achievement. He's the benchmark of the modern era, and today on V8 Extra we chat in detail with the current series leader.
Jamie, welcome to V8 Extra.
Thank you, thank you.
You're doing a very, very good job constantly and very, very few mistakes.
Love my motorsport, love competing, and I hadn't won a race until I joined XTRA back in 2006 now, which somewhat seems like yesterday. It almost seems like 20 years ago at the same time. But had a great run. We've got a good team of people around me, boys and girls at the XTRA workshop. We all work as a big group, and we've been able to get some really good success over the last 3 or 4 years.
Work into the braking area for Eastern Creek Loop this time. 1 and 2 now. Jamie Whincup rolls up onto 2 wheels.
I had a fantastic teacher. Dad was always pushing me hard and would never let me move up to the next rank unless I'd won that particular race or championship, you know. So we'd keep doing the same thing, round and round and round, until I actually conquered that series or race or whatever it was, and then he'd let me move up to the next step.
What were you drawing your inspiration from then? Was it one day I dream I might race at Bathurst, or one day I dream that I might run in Formula One? Did you have a goal in mind in those days, or just whatever comes next?
Yeah, well, that's where I was a little bit different. And I know a lot of my mates, and you talk to a lot of people in any sport, and they always had this major goal to move up to this high level. But I was just, I never ever thought of moving on from the year I'm in, and now's no different, you know. You're so embroiled in the competition and what's going on right at the moment that there was no ambition to move on.
And 35 is the other Gary Rogers Motorsport Commodore between Max Dumpsney and Jamie Whincup.
You're a real young boy, dropped in at the deep end, and you had to play that endurance game, which is hard for anybody. Give us your recollections.
A good memory too. The end of I raced 1 year and then got those endurance races. I was massively dropped in the deep end. You know, I was so out of my depth. The car was going twice as fast as I was used to from a Formula Ford, and I was literally hanging on. You know, there was no finesse whatsoever. It was hang on to this beast and try to get it round as quick as I possibly could. And I did a reasonable job there. We went on to Bathurst, teamed up with Mark Noski at the time.
Oh no, car number 35, that's the end of the Valvoline Cummins Commodore, all over.
I was completely fatigued, had zero fitness whatsoever. Ended up just going off with the fairies and sticking it in at the top of Mountain Straight, and that was the end of my first V8 experience at Bathurst.
And you paired up with Garth Tander at one stage at Bathurst, which I think the world's forgotten these days, and it's ironic when you consider the monumental battles that you blokes have in the modern era.
And I was out of my depth, you know. It was a position I was just thrown in the deep end. I probably wasn't ready for it. Garth and that car at that stage was probably good for at least a podium. It was possibly good to win the race, but Garth didn't want to move his seat too much. I could hardly see over the steering wheel. I was in this car going way too quick, and as I say, I was way out of my depth. And the end result was, it was pretty obvious. I ended up having a crash down at the Forest Elbow.
But people had faith in you because you continued to be able to play the V8 supercar game. So the Tasman era came along. You paired up with Jason Richards, for example, and I distinctly remember that Bathurst 1000 where the two of you put on a fantastic show, and in other circumstances that you may have even won the race, and that was almost a pivotal moment for you, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, even getting that Tasman drive was a hard ask. I'm not one to ring up team owners and keep harassing people for an opportunity, but unfortunately that's all you had to do at that stage. I was just ringing everyone in pit lane, and I was getting more hang-ups than anything else, but somehow did what I had to do, got myself back in the championship, and it was a very memorable Sandown 500 and also Bathurst 1000 with with JR. We led the race heading into the last stint, so that was a huge moment for us. One I'll remember for a long time, and probably one of my greatest Bathurst memories. Although I've had a few wins since then as well. What I didn't know back then was Roland was looking for someone, a young bloke who was pretty cheap, to team up with Lounsey for the endurance races. Had everyone warned me, don't go to Triple Eight. Lounsey's he's had 7 different teammates in 7 different years. He makes everyone look ordinary.
Remember this young guy, Jamie Whincup. Whincup wins for the first time. And Roland Dane, the team principal, will be so proud.
The great long list of impressive stats that you have all come as a result of the relationship with Roland.
Yeah, what I didn't know back then was Roland was looking for someone, a young bloke who was pretty cheap, to team up with Lounsey for the endurance races to win them Bathurst. You know, Roland come out here, obviously he wants to win championships, but he wants to win Bathurst. So I was all part of that plan for him.
And look at this on the inside. Whincup on Kelly. This is for the lead of the race, and he's got it.
I had a few opportunities at that stage, obviously to earn a little bit more money with probably what was looked to be a better opportunity on paper. Had everyone warned me, don't go to Triple Eight. Lounsey's had 7 different teammates in 7 different years. He makes everyone look ordinary, and you're going to be the next guy. So stay away. But I backed myself. I thought it's going to be a good opportunity for me here. I can do the job, and Roland's plan worked out. I stayed out of trouble all year. We won Bathurst that year, and then I decided to change the script a little bit and try to win a few races for myself.
But our championship leader stays out in front and becomes the first man to clean sweep the Townsville weekend.
Nice work, thanks fellas. Fantastic.
My relationship with Roland is a good one. He's certainly the boss. He lets you know that he runs the team, and I'm employed to do a job. And while I'm winning races, things are fantastic. I'm sure the day when I'm not winning races, they won't be so colourful. You know, we've run a bit of a road together, so you know our relationship's changed slightly in the last couple of years, but I'm very much aware that as long as I'm winning races, that I'll be with the Triple Eight family for a while to come.
When you say it's changed in the last couple of years, in what direction? Better, worse, in between?
Certainly better. Certainly better. It was just it used to be just chalk and cheese, but now we discuss other things. You know, what's going on outside of racing, and the one thing I don't want to do is get to late 30s, early 40s, and have one skill of driving a car and not knowing what to do outside of racing. You know, so. Although I'm very much 100% committed to making sure I drive this car as quick as I possibly can, there's a time in my life which has come up in the last couple of years that you do need to look at other things on what I'm going to do when I hang up the helmet. Hopefully not soon. Hopefully in a long time to come. And Roland's the perfect bloke to talk to about that and get advice, because he's very much business related. He's made some unbelievably smart decisions, and he's certainly helped me out along the way.
And Lowndes will get the lead of the race, but Whincup will go for the crisscross.
He's going to get him too. He's going to actually have position when they get up to turn 3.
Neck and neck, Whincup gets it back.
Temperatures rising.
Tell me about the relationship then with Craig Lowndes.
It's been good. I've got nothing. There's been nothing negative about being Lounsey's teammate. He's been fantastic to me right from day one. I'll never forget the first autograph session I went to early 2006. There were 3,000 people lined up for Lounsey, and no one lined up for me. And he was awesome. He was just, come on guys, jump in the middle between us, and he pretty much introduced me to the current fan base, and really helped me out off track to build a bit of a brand for myself. So I owe that to him. I'll never forget that. I don't have a short memory. I understand how much he helped me in the early days.
Do you think, for example, you're misunderstood?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I think at times, for sure. If you get too involved in opinion through social media and off track, then then that can really hurt your performance. So I'd like to, you know, I don't like to look at the negatives. At the end of the day, we're out there going hard. You know, we're having fun, and that's the main thing.
One of the reasons I say that is I've just lately been looking very carefully at your onboard stuff. I get great privilege to be able to do that midweek sometimes.
Yep.
And you look incredibly unflappable.
The on-track stuff, that doesn't come naturally. That just doesn't happen. You know, there's, we talk about luck a little bit in motorsport. You make your own luck, and I'm a big believer of that. And I'm a big believer I'm just trying to finesse my craft at the end of the day. So I'm just trying to bring quality to racing driving. You know, you can do it one way, you can do it quite rough but still get the same result, or you can do it as quality as you possibly can, and that's what I work on. The battles I've had this year have been more intense than any year by 10. Disappointed with the situation. You know, we're battling for a point here, a point there, 10 points here, 10 points there. For me to go bang and lose 130 points in a situation where I wasn't involved in.
His mission was to wrap it up today so they could have fun tomorrow. Well, right now, let the party begin for Jamie Whincup, because he's the champion.
Nice work, champion.
This is a big deal. I'm just so proud of everyone involved.
Have you got a couple of moments, or a moment that for you really sticks out?
What comes to mind straight away is Clipsal Race 1, started this year. As we've said before, like, there's been some epic battles this year, and no bigger than that race 1. You know, it was personally it was a crazy tough week. Start of the year, we did it the hard way.
He's driving every lap like a qualifying lap. Here he is inbound.
We stopped again for tyres and fuel, and then we just bolted till the end. And yeah, to pass Will with a lap to go, you know, down the hairpin, that's probably the highlight of my career. Really, that was just a massive race.
It's a maximum attack here from Whincup.
Yeah, mate, just do what you can.
And Whincup will get him.
Bring it home, mate. Unlucky, buddy. Awesome effort. Bring it home.
But you've got to applaud this man who's put together one of the most perfect efforts you'll ever see to claim victory in the season opener.
Away from racing, I know you love tinkering with the car and you do a great job, but what are the other things when you get home, shut the door? What turns you on? What do you like doing? What are your distractions?
Well, hey, I love relaxing, like everyone. So anything that's relaxing is obviously important in life, but I've always got a project on the go. So I stop one thing, generally building something, or trying to, not so much innovate, but trying to build something that no one else has got, you know, that suits my need. At the moment, it sounds a bit silly, but it's I'm building a golf buggy. So my friends at KTM have sent me a 500cc dirt bike engine, so a 4-stroke dirt bike engine. I'm going to throw this in a golf buggy with some big 4-wheel disc brakes. It's going to be
flame-throwing golf buggy.
Yeah, it's going to 6-speed gearbox, so it'll have a big shifter like the supercar. So after a big day, you know, either on track or off track, and going through all the media stuff, and you know what emails are like these days. I love to just spend half an hour, 40 minutes just you know, researching what are the best wheels for this golf buggy, what clutch can I put in it, how do I get a reverse gearbox, what disc brakes will fit a 14-inch wheel. Love researching that, and that really that keeps me sane at the end of the day.
Whincup's got to do everything. He'll throw the lot at him down at 6. They're all nose to tail, swapping paint, sideways. It's almost 3 wide at turn 2. It's unheard of.
Davo and I, we race hard. We try to, we're pulling shifty moves off and trying to psych each other out on the track, which is all part of it, you know, and I think we respect that at the end of the day.
Winterbottom's going to get up the inside, and I reckon Will might hang on here.
Get him or have him off, both of them.
Get him or have him off was the call.
The battles I've had this year have been more intense than any year by 10, you know. It's really good fun. We're having such a ball out in the track. We've been crashing into each other, and it's all been going on. And we've got this awesome thing going on behind the scenes as well. We're really pushing hard to make our car quicker, because, and we're all getting to it. We're all doing a good job. It's all going on.
Gets hot now. Davison gets a big clip.
Now he's going to get hit. He's going to get hit.
Oh! That's nasty.
2 series leaders out of the race, gone.
Wasn't disappointed with him. He obviously he was on the grass. He was just he was a passenger at that stage. disappointed with the situation. You know, we're battling for a point here, a point there, 10 points here, 10 points there. For me to go bang and lose 130 points in a situation where I wasn't involved in, that still hurts. You know, I'm not going to get those 130 points back. So the situation was disappointing, but we had a chat. We were fine. I've had some great battles with Garth over the years. He's a crazy good operator. I can't see myself at 39 still driving. I like to think I'd be able to do it and still enjoy it and still have those challenges for a little bit yet.
And he gives him a nudge up. It's game on the run to turn 1. Garth escorts him into the grass, and that's exactly right.
Is there a driver or drivers that you really get a buzz out of racing? I don't necessarily mean a mate, so I'm not necessarily talking about Will, where sometimes there actually be somebody you don't like, but you actually respect what it is that the two of you achieve on the racetrack. Is there someone that you just go, look, I can trust him?
I've had some great battles with Garth over the years. He's a crazy good operator. You know, he's obviously won championships and we've had some awesome battles, but just drives the thing unbelievably professionally, on the limit. You see him this year, he's not quite getting the results he would like. And I can guarantee it's not through his own wrongdoing. You know, I'm sure give him a good car today, tomorrow, he'll be unbelievably hard to beat. And whenever he does have a good car, it's just an absolute ding-dong battle. I've got to actually milk myself 100% to get in front of him.
Okay, mate. Good job.
Whincup hasn't recorded a lap. I'm not sure that Whincup will get classified. We'll check that for you.
Got the sense that you were really stung by the championship loss in 2010. That really cheesed you off, didn't it?
It did. It did. I don't mind getting beaten, but I hate losing. There's no worse feeling than losing, and I felt like we did lose because we had the best car. We had the resources. We had everything to win that championship, but we threw it away. And we got beaten by guys that just absolutely put everything on the line, and they dug deep and they knocked us over, you know. So I do respect, and I know they're still probably pretty proud of themselves, and rightly so. You know, they did a phenomenal job, but we handballed it too, and we should have done more that year.
Well, one of them works with you now. So Adrian Burgess ended up migrating, and he loved beating you so much he joined the team.
Yeah, and we still hear about it every week. There'll be something going on. He always refers back to 2010. So, no, as I say, good on them. They did an unbelievably good job.
Do you watch television and go, oh, gee, wouldn't mind doing that, or wouldn't mind doing this, or is this it? This is where you want to be, and you just want to keep on closing the deal here?
Well, as I said earlier, I don't plan too far ahead. It's always been all eggs in one basket, but I do watch overseas races. I am jealous of my mates that have gone over and dipped their toe in the water at an international motorsport, and they come back with these crazy stories that I don't understand. You know, I don't know what it's like to go through Turn 1 at Brands Hatch. I've never been there. You know, my racing career and experience has been quite limited here to Australia with. And the amount of cars I've driven, it's basically go-karts, Formula Ford, V8 supercar. I've only really driven 3 styles of motorsport, you know, and I think in some way it'd be quite healthy for me to drive something different and get different experiences. Can
you see a 4th title?
Yeah, of course. Of course I can see a 4th title, without doubt, you know, I'm leading the championship now. Not that means anything right now, but I'd rather be leading than coming second. But I think I can see. I look at the facts, you know. I just look at the raw data, and we've got the potential. We've got all the ingredients there for that 4th title. So I think it's up to us. You know, it's not out of our hands. It's not like we need anyone else to do a bad job. It's up to us. If we want to grab it, like we do in 08, 09, 011, we can. If we want to throw it away, like we did in 2010, well, that's completely up to us. So. Looking forward to the end of the year.
Can you see yourself as a 39-year-old V8 supercar champion with a very, very big bucket of wins and championships?
No, I can't. I can't see myself at 39 still driving. I like to think I'd be able to do it and still enjoy it and still have those challenges for a little bit yet, but definitely don't want to go past my use by date. I don't want to. I don't want to be racing because I've got nothing else to do, and I've got no other skill in my life to be able to challenge myself somewhere else. So at the moment it's the ultimate challenge, and it's something I've got 100% focus on, but I won't be around too long.
Do you regard yourself as lucky?
I don't believe in luck. I honestly believe that whoever believes that they've made it in life, whether it's be a V8 supercar driver, or whether it's take over the world, or whether it's being able to provide your family with a roof over your head, whatever you think you believe you've made it in life, that doesn't come by chance. That comes by working hard, dedicating a lot of time and effort into it. And for those, there's achievers in the world. It's all hard work and dedication.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed our special presentation today with Jamie Whincup here on the Gold Coast. Next time we see Jamie in action will be next weekend. Our Big Pond Sport calendar shows us we'll be out at Eastern Creek, the Sydney Motorsport Park 360 coverage on 7. Check your local guides for details. Our next V8 Extra comes up the following weekend. We're back in the studio. Mark Scaife joins us for that one, and we'll wrap up all the action from Eastern Creek. Hope you've enjoyed today's program. Look forward to your company again next weekend. Bye for now.